To share his thoughts on this day is Wade Sanderson, who has his own incredible story to tell. Well, welcome to 700 Club Canada, Wade.
Good morning from Saskatchewan and good afternoon from Ontario.
That's right. That's right. Well, it's great to have you here. And today is a National Day for Truth and Reconciliation. What does that mean to you, Wade?
It's, I believe, uh, healing. I believe communication. And I believe that moving forward. And I believe we as a people need to go through a healing process. Revelations 22 verses 2 says we're the healing of the nation. And I believe in Canada, it's a representative of a leaf.
Yeah.
And in order for us to move forward, to be this nation, that I believe that we're a healing of a nation, that we could go forward and help with other nations with this circumstance that we went through.
Yeah, that's so good. It's so good. Well, you have your own story of being reconciled to God. So tell us what your life was like before you came to know God personally.
There was no hope. I've always thought what life was all about. In grade 11, I believe grade 10, I just said, forget, there is no God. And I just went into a time of going through high school. But after that, I started taking alcohol and drugs and just went into a bad spiral. Started taking cocaine and drinking quite a bit, very heavy after 7 years. And I encountered something amazing after 7 years, May 18, 2000. And
Tell us what happened. You decided to surrender to Jesus, or what
yeah,
happened?
I actually I started seeing people their lives change within in my community in 2000 May 18. A lot of amazing things happen. I've seen people's lives change, and I said this and before I said there is no God. When I was going to grade 11 in La Ronge, that's 2.5 hours from my community, I had just kind of forgot about everything. But in this place, I felt no hope, and I started seeing more hope regarding people's lives changing, and I wanted that. And in the process, in '99, I had an accident that I heard a voice speak to me. And I almost died in that accident, but this voice told me to put a seatbelt on in my language. And then uh, I didn't change in '99. And I had another accident in January 12th of 2000. I still didn't change. And I didn't know, my life just started getting worse. And I didn't know what to do. In April of 2000, I lost my license and I lost my jobs because driving was my everything, and that's what I got me the jobs that I had, and I lost everything. But in May 18, 2000, I encountered what my friends were encountering because everybody was getting saved, and that night I encountered the presence and the love of God in my life, and it just touched my life. And I said, this is what I've been looking for all my life. That I tried in drugs and alcohol. And I actually walked into this tent meeting in Pine House. And I gave my life to Jesus. And I encountered him in such a way. I couldn't stop weeping for 3 days because of the presence of God was so strong. And I realized when I accepted Jesus that afternoon, it was May 18, 724. That's when I had the born again experience. And I realized I was reconciled to God. That's my encounter. I had a relationship when I accepted his son. And when I encountered him in that way, I just wept for days and days because I knew that he loved me and he cared for me. And I wanted everyone to know this feeling. And this is the feeling that's going to happen right across this country. And I had such a healing encounter in this process, and I was touched mightily. So I
Wow.
just thank God for what
Yeah.
he did. It was really amazing.
Well, he has truly transformed your life. And I mean, you are a testimony to really a revival, a move of God that not only took place to draw you to him, but we know God's on the move in Canada, and you're an evangelist with Inspire Fire Ministries. I love the name. So
Amen.
we're seeing God move in our nation because He wants more Wades. He wants more people to encounter Jesus like you have,
Mhm.
Wade. So tell us what you see God doing through your ministry in Canada now.
Well, it's some of the uh, prophetic words that were let out for Canada, and one of them was Billy Graham. He had shared, and he doesn't give out prophetic words too many times, but when he did, he shared very powerful ones, and this was one of them, that the brown giant was going to arise. And I believe that through the scripture of Revelations 22:2 says that it's a healing of a nation. I believe when this nation, our people, start to rise, and I believe that this is what I've been called to do, to wake up the church and wake up the country regarding God's presence and his love for his people, and that he loves us and that he had sent his son for us. And that's the mandate that God's given me for our country, because he loves us so much and he
Yes.
wants to change us and transform us.
Well, that's truly the message of the gospel. And every single follower of Jesus has the same assignment, right? So,
Yes.
so we need to all be about God's business, sharing his love and transformation. Thank you, Wade, for reminding us of that. If you want to know about Wade or Inspire Fire Ministries, go to 700club.ca.